in continuing with the same purport 2.12, so yesterday we did half part of it, and we were discussing about the 4 defects of everyone. Okay, so I was saying that it's like small mistakes, because the 4 defects are: our senses are imperfect, our due to imperfect senses we get illusion, and then we commit mistake, and then we tend to cheating propensity. Okay, so small due to our imperfect senses, these small things, small mistakes can create a big problem. How? Like nowadays they have pacemakers and all those sort of machines which go through the bodies during treatment and all. Sometimes they fit some pacemaker in the heart and all those things. So even small mistakes can create a big problem. So and like in planes and all, small mistakes can create big problem. So long back there was an epidemic plague in Europe. So this disease spread, and then the scientists did research and they found out that it is spreading due to cats. And what did they do? They killed all the cats. And then later on they found out that after killing the cat, the disease even increased, and it spread so fast that practically the complete globe was actually taken over by the disease. You can see the research, you can see the previous news or like that in internet. So then later on they found out actually the disease was not spreading because of cats, but it was because of rats, and mistakenly they killed the cats. So the rats increased even more, and the disease spread even more. So small mistakes can create a lot of problems. Okay, many examples are there, you know. Okay, so many examples, and now if you see this, even this is my personal view, so people may not agree every time, but even the plastic is a big mistake, you know, by the science, you know, because more than the benefit we got, it is causing problem, and it is only why, because the people could not follow, people could not understand. Maybe they have understood initially, that we don't know, that it is a so harmful thing, or maybe they didn't know and later on only they got to know. So that, but the point here is, either if in case they knew that in future the plastic will become a big problem for the whole globe, whole earth planet, and but still they released it, and they sold out, they made products out of it and a lot of things, they made it so common. That means that's a 4th defect, cheating propensity, you know. Or if they didn't know, we are here talking about the topmost educated, learned people in the society. They are the scientists and big research scholars and all this. So based on them only we are now deciding our path in the life, you know. Some news comes, scientists found out like this, and we made it, and we immediately we believe, you know, and we start doing that. If something says in Bhagavad Gita, something said in Srimad Bhagavatam, that people will not follow, you know, that they will think twice, thrice, 100 times whether I should accept or not. But if something comes in news, such university, they did a research, they found out that this thing can cure this thing, you know, or this is this, immediately they believe, and the people start following that. Okay, and like long back there was a research that in newspaper it was so common that liquor is good for heart disease. So some university found out and it was made, and many people took it. So, and recently during this COVID-19, there was some news came out that alcohol is good for. It came out that alcohol is good for health. Some people were saying that, and some people doubled their daily. Okay, so is it? Do you feel the voice is clear, audio is clear or not? Yeah. Okay, I don't know, but I just saw a message. Yeah. Okay, thank you. So there's a problem here. So I was having these scientists and all, they are top class people. So these plastic is like if they knew that in future it's going to be a big problem for the whole Earth planet, and they still released it. That means it is a cheating propensity, the fourth defect. And if they didn't know, and they thought that their research is saying it's a good thing, it's a wonderful thing for society, for nation, for the world, for whole Earth globe, for whole planet, then it is imperfect senses. Okay? So the point is, when our senses are imperfect, so it's said not only for me, for everyone, for even scientists, for even the greatest research scholars, for everyone it is the same, that the senses are imperfect. So through these imperfect senses, when we develop something, that also going to be imperfect only, because how something can be developed or some output can be brought through some which can be perfect, but the origin is imperfect. It's very difficult. Through imperfect senses, how can we bring a perfect product? So like if you have a telescope or a microscope, so it's also made of through our imperfect senses. So there is full surety that there may be some mistakes in this instrument, and when there is a mistakes in the instrument, then the result, the observations which we bring through these results, okay, that observations also can be wrong. You understand? So that's how we are actually saying people to that senses are imperfect. Shastras are very clear in all these things. Okay, Shastras are very very clear what to do, what not to do. And first thing we are even Srila Prabhupada wrote this thing in the purport only, in the introduction of Bhagavad Gita, that everyone has got 4 defects. So that's what more than our senses, we believe on the authority, Shabda Praman, what authority says. Bhagavad Gita, Shri Bhagavan Uvacha, Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, is the topmost authority. So what Krishna says, we follow, problem solved. Okay, so that's what we have to understand, that what Krishna says. So if we understand that Krishna wants us to do this, then problem solved now. Why we have to worry? No worries. Okay? Because if we believe on these imperfect things, then there are a lot of problems now. I told you about the plastic, then about the automobiles, then the environment problems. Many problems are there. Many times they found out some solution, and that solution eventually turns into a big problem. The solution itself turns into big problem. That's the thing. So we are not against some science or some product, no, but we want that we should be clear about the concept that all the living entities they are having four defects. It's why I am stressing yesterday, today on this point, because this is our foundation to enter inside the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. We have to understand what is our problems, what are our shortcomings, and then only we can we can take proper benefit from Bhagavad Gita. Right? If I think I am perfect, then what Bhagavad Gita can teach me? So I must know that no, I am imperfect. My senses are imperfect. Why? Because most of the time we believe on our senses. The information received through our senses. But that we don't know that it can be wrong also. And I gave you yesterday example of the color of the dress or color of many products. When the light changes, the color of the product changes. So how you know? From initial birth itself, you are seeing the sunlight, everything under the influence of sunlight. So you think this is this color, this is this color. But think if the sunlight changes, then what is the real color? We don't know. So we must understand that our senses are imperfect. We get illusion, because if you think I am perfect, nobody can make me fool. I am perfect. What I say is perfect. Then what I can teach you? That's what Arjuna is surrendering. My dear friend Krishna, no more this friendly relationship. Now I am Shishyaste. I am your disciple. Disciple means who accept everything whatever Guru says, who is under discipline. Shishyaste. He is under the sashan of Guru. Okay, he is under the rule of Guru. So he is saying, you are my Guru. And now because when he surrender means, I don't know anything, now you tell me. That's the idea. So this is like entering inside the Bhagavad Gita. So we should know. So imperfect senses. And then we get illusion. And then we commit mistakes. Many people think, I met personally some people, they said, till now in my life I never did a mistake. I was just wondering how it is possible. So some people say, I never do any wrong thing, I am perfect. And these are the people who do the blunder mistakes. These are the people who never learn anything new. Somehow whatever they learn, but that's it. And as soon as they get this pride, I'm best, I'm perfect. That's it. Learning stops. As soon as I think I am perfect, no more learning in my life. That's it. Okay. And truth is that no one is perfect except Krishna. Okay. So when I was under the internship after my BTech in HP, so there our teacher was there who used to teach us network. He used to say, just keep practicing, you will learn. And practice makes man perfect. Women too. But somebody, he was always saying, keep practicing, practice makes man perfect. So one student said once, sir, but no one is perfect in the world, na? So teacher said, yeah, that's right. Then why practice? Anyway, I am not going to be perfect because nobody can be perfect. Why to do practice? No practice. Okay. So, further, a common man with all the four defects of human frailty is unable to teach that this is worth hearing. So now that's the point, that these people who are having these four defects, how they can teach us what to hear. That's why nowadays nobody is telling you to hear Bhagavad Gita or Srimad Bhagavatam. They are this song, this movie, that's what. Indian music, Western music, South Indian music, North Indian music, Punjabi music, this, that, so many things are there to hear. Okay, that's why Shukdev Swami Srimad Bhagavatam says that people who are karmis, who are materialistic, who are fully entangled in the material life, for those people, there are hundreds and hundreds of topics to hear. Okay, but people who are seeking self-realization, who understands the value of human form of life, for them there is one and only one topic to hear, and that is Srimad Bhagavatam or Krishna Katha. So either but engage yourself in Krishna Katha, ear and tongue, fully engaged in Krishna Katha. This is the topmost thing to do in Kali Yuga. Krishna Katha can be two type of. Katha is spoken by Krishna is Krishna Katha. Many people don't know this also. Katha, because I did not know before coming to ISKCON, so I am saying this, and I am not blaming everyone. But I didn't know what is the Katha means. And honestly speaking, I didn't know that there is a difference in Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam. I didn't know, but mercifully devotees taught me. So this is the thing. Krishna spoke. So Katha is spoken by Krishna, that's also Krishna Katha. And Katha is spoken about Krishna by the devotees is also Krishna Katha. So Katha is spoken by Krishna is Srimad Bhagavad Gita, and Katha is spoken about Krishna is Srimad Bhagavatam. The Gita is about such literature. No mundane book compares with the Bhagavad Gita. If you say somebody, you read this authors, many authors are there. This Chetan Bhagat and this I don't know, many foreign, what is that, alchemist writer, and some Robin Sharma or some many or some this what do you call this? Some people who just wrote some story. I forgot that word. So they write so many things, and people keep on reading. And nowadays, earlier they were having books, now they have got Kindle, and they keep on reading these novels, fiction. Yeah, this is somebody's. It's actually product of somebody's mental imagination or speculation. That's it. Nothing. There is no whatever he was thinking, his own imagination. He could not do those things, so he's just writing in the book that it may happen. He wanted to murder, he wanted to do this, there's so many things, love affair and all those things. So he's just writing all his mental imagination. And one person who is having 4 defects and so many bad habits, that person's mental imagination, we are reading and wasting our valuable hours. That is called foolishness. But if you say, please read Bhagavad Gita, it is spoken by Sri Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Arey, no time. I have office. I have this, that. I have to see so many things. That's what people will say. But to read other novels, to watch other movies, and it says also before movie, it is a fiction only. It's just a fiction. It will come a declaration that it had no connection with any living or this, that, and a person. So it's a completely fiction, but we are wasting our time. This is our bad luck. Kali Yuga, Manda Sumanda Matiyo. Anyway, we are Durbhagyapurna people of Kali Yuga. That's why it is said Durbhagya, because of this. Gita is there, Bhagavatam is there, Hare Krishna Mahamantra is there. We are not able to understand. Very important point. People are not able to understand. They are wasting their time. When you say Bhagavad Gita, they will not take it. Many people, even people who studied who completed reading Bhagavad Gita, they did it in years, months. How many pages? If you take Srila Prabhupada, Bhagavad Gita as it is, 600, 700 pages, that's it. What a big deal. If every day half an hour you read before sleeping, every time, like if you are traveling, you read Bhagavad Gita. If you are waiting for someone, read Bhagavad Gita. All the time, read Bhagavad Gita. These are the words of Krishna. Transcendental words. They are not normal words. They are transcendental words. Okay, so when one accepts Krishna as an ordinary man, the Gita loses all importance. Okay, so that's very important actually, these purports of. Now I said the second chapter is going to take so much time because each and every line can have so much value in our life. One line can change our life. These are the glories of Srila Prabhupada's purports. So we have to be very attentive here. Okay, so this is another point, that when one accepts Krishna as a mundane person, ordinary person, then there is no importance to Gita. And Bhagavad Gita becomes a mundane book, normal book, and Krishna is a normal person, then what is the use? That's what people think, that's why they are not reading. Understand? So, that's why Prabhupada is making this point from the introduction itself. Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He is putting so much force on this point. Because if you think, Krishna is just like a person, like me, why should I read him? I have so many other great authors. But if you understand that Krishna is not your normal, this fellow, so many fellows are there writing so many novels, and writing their mental speculation. But actually, Krishna is Supreme Personality of Godhead. So his words are transcendental. There is no difference between the words spoken by Krishna and the Krishna. They are identical. Okay. So Gita is that book which can completely change our life. But condition is, it should be understood, it should be read, it should be studied under a bona fide spiritual master, in a bona fide parampara. Okay, so that's the point. Okay. So defects, we have to focus, we have to understand and realize that we have these 4 defects, and Krishna is perfect transcendental personality, so we should hear from him, and then we can act above the influences of these 4 defects. Okay, because a child may have so many problems, so many shortcomings, but when he accepts that child knows I cannot do anything, so mother or parents or teacher teaches, do this. So when he just follows, he becomes expert. If you go, okay, this example may not be suitable, but if you go to learn driving, you just don't know. You accept that you don't know, and then the coach will say, do this, do that, this. So when you just follow his instruction, you learn. That's it. But if you keep telling, no, I know, then it's a problem. Okay. Hare Krishna. So this we have to understand, and we should know Gita is the essence of all the Vedic knowledge. Okay. Above all such literature, Gita is there, and no mundane book compares with Bhagavad Gita. That was the point I was emphasizing, that because before coming to ISKCON, I had so much habit of reading mundane novels, fiction novels. But after reading Bhagavatam, I feel so happy, so blessed. I was thinking, why I wasted my so many hours and hours in reading those useless novels. What they gave me in my life, just some lusty thoughts, just some crookedness in my mind. That's what they gave me, nothing else. Right? If I would have not read, I would have not got at least those things. Whatever my account was there, that was enough for me to suffer in this world. But I got more and more. So many movies, so many this, that. They all I put in my mind. And those impressions are there. Right? So they will haunt us in future also. They will pull us back when we try to go near Krishna. These impressions will pull us back. So that's why we have to be very careful. Now we understand Krishna, Bhagavad Gita, chanting Hare Krishna, all these things are there. So we should avoid ourselves. We should from watching movies, unnecessary newspapers, magazines. All this is waste. Srila Prabhupada very clearly mentions in Nectar of Instructions. All these things. Yeah, if it is a part of your livelihood, your work, that you need to go into some news or something, just do it like that. Like for example, if there are some Ayurveda medicines which may have some alcohol in that, little like aristas are there, abhyarista and all, pancharista, so many aristas are there in Ayurveda. They have little alcoholic things, in that. So it is accepted because it's the product of Ayurveda. It is accepted because it's a medicine. So it's needed. So that much, in that way you can take some newspaper, something, because it's the part of your work, but not as the sense gratification. We have to, so for people who are in that way, both side working and managing family life and managing spiritual life, for them it's very tough to decide where is the to draw a line, where is the border. So they have to be very careful and they have to take each and every moment proper guidance. Otherwise they get into trap. Oh Prabhuji, I was just watching news because it is related to our office work, and then because advertise came, so I just changed the channel and there was some nice Bollywood song, then I started watching that also, and that's it. Gaya. So that's why we have to be very careful. All these things, newspaper, magazine, songs, Bollywood, Hollywood, Tollywood, all those things are going to build a thick wall between me and Krishna. So I have to be very careful. Now already the wall they have done. So not to increase the thickness of the wall. Yeah. Okay, thank you so much. So we will continue further. Tomorrow this point I will focus when one accepts Krishna as an ordinary man, the Gita loses all importance. Okay, very important thing. Hare Krishna, thank you so much, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Okay, so kindly send your questions to the group or to personal chat, I will answer. Hare Krishna.